We are Rogue Media Sports.
Who needs a striker when you have Mikel Merino? Obviously not Arsenal. And Spurs, getting your players back, maybe putting some push together. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe. And Chelsea fans, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Matchweek 25 of the Premier League. This is Minor Football Fans Podcast. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Minor Football Fans Podcast, your go-to for all things Premier League football. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. As always, I'm David. Thank you so much for joining us. We missed you so much, so much. I know it's been a minute, but we're back. Yes, we're back. I hope you all enjoyed your little break because we surely did here. So yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you all are doing good. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Yes, My Football Fans Podcast. Your good one for all things Premier League football. The Premier League is back and back with a bang as always. So we'll jump right into it. But before we jump right into it, we always have to start by saying thank you to all our amazing subscribers. And thank you, because without you, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much for your support and the love and the commitment to continue to follow us. So thank you so much. And to those of you who haven't subscribed and watching for the first time or checking out the channel for the first time, hit that subscribe button right down there, and then hit the notification bell also so that you'll be notified when we drop new content for you all. So thank you so much to our previous subscribers and our soon-to-be subscribers. Thank you all so much. We love you. And please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, both our new and existing subscribers. Thank you all so much. We appreciate all the love and support you guys give to us. Thank you so much. Don't forget, this is not the only place you can find us. Listen to Minor Football Fans Podcast on all podcast platforms. Wherever you get podcasts, please check us out there. If YouTube is not your vibe, that's okay. We're on Spotify, we're on good podcast, we're on every podcast platform out there. So check us out there. And don't forget to follow our socials, Instagram, TikTok, Minor Football Fans. That is where we drop nice, amazing content for you all. So thank you all so much. Yes, Matchweek 25. Matchweek 25, 13 more match weeks to go. Just like that, the season is almost up. Can you imagine that? But obviously, this won't be the Premier League without the drama, without the action, without all the juicy tea. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Match 25 had the big game, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United, a game that ended 1-0. This was kind of a battle of, would you say, who is closest to relegation? Some might call it that. The battle of who is closer to the relegation spot than the other one. And I guess Tottenham won the battle, finishing the game 1-0. James Maddison finishing from close range after, I can't remember who, I think it was Son that fired it through, and Onana punched out in the wrong direction, and James Maddison just happened to pounce on it. And from then on, no one really looked like scoring. But obviously, I will say this: Manchester United had a few clear-cut chances that they could have probably even won the game. Because to be honest, Spurs did not look like scoring after they scored. After they went 1-0 up, they didn't really create chances that are clear-cut chances compared to what United had, and United just couldn't take their chances. Precisely, obviously, Garnacho coming to my mind of chances, a plethora of chances he had, and he just could not finish it. So that was just really sad to see. Manchester United, from minute 1, their midfield was open. That was a problem I think Manchester United had in this game, and everyone could say it. Even Gary Neville, even before the start of the game, I think because Gary Neville called game for Sky Sports, before the start of the game, he went on and said this whole thing was bad. And I won't inherently blame Ten Hag. Like, he's battling with a plethora of injuries. He does have a long list of injuries. Midfield players sick, players out. Martinez, Ericsson, Kobe Menu, Ugarte. Like his first choice midfield basically out. He had to work with a makeshift midfield of what Casemiro and Bruno, something like that. And then you know it was just sad to see because Spurs dominated that midfield. They were just young and youthful and just dominated Casemiro, dominated Bruno Fernandes. And it was sad to see, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is the Premier League. This is why you are paid the big bucks. This is why you have to find solutions to problems. And Amorim could not do that. So that was quite sad. It was nice to see Spurs finally winning a home game since September, which is crazy. No, or is this? I might be getting my facts wrong. Either this was their first clean sheet since September and their first home win since 2024. That does tell a story. Those are facts that tell a million words. That tells a story. When they say a picture tells a million words, this is an example. This facts telling what Spurs have gone through. I don't also blame them too. And what's his name? And Postecoglou did come out and say, try being me for 2 months. I don't really have sympathy for Amorim. Try being me. Now you know what I had to experience for 2 months plus. And that's what it is. But again, that is why I paid the big bucks to find solutions to problems. And I guess Spurs came out on top. Spurs won the battle of who's closer to relegation because at this point, Manchester United sits 15th. Sits 15th. I can't tell you how many points right now above the relegation spot, but that's where Manchester United find themselves. And a lot of people have come out and said, oh, we need to start seeing where's the progress? Where's the progress? Yeah, we know that the results might take time, but where's the progress? We're not seeing progress. We're not seeing progress. Well, we're at that stage of the season where we need to see progress and we need to see results. We are at that stage of the season where you need to get wins. We need wins. We don't need draws no more. We don't need results. We don't need to be experimenting no more. We need solid wins. We need 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, 2-1 wins, whatever type of wins you can get. You need to get it right now. We are at that point in the season. Credit to Spurs. I think Spurs deserve the win because they did defend well. Again, Manchester United did have a good amount of chances, but they just couldn't take it. Spurs defended when they needed to defend, and Manchester United one slip of the attention, and they got killed. But it is what it is. This is the Premier League, and this is why we love it. This is why we love it. Yes, this is why we love it. So credit to Spurs. It looks like Spurs, if Spurs can get momentum back, and they are getting a few players back. Yes, they were able to get Vicario back, their goalkeeper. If they are able to get Van der Ven back and Cristiano Romero and Dominic Solanke, just a few of those players back. Yes, they also got Brandon Johnson back. So if they get their players back, Spurs can go on a little run, I'm not saying they will finish in Europe. I don't think they are not finishing in Europe places, but they can end up finishing 8th, maybe 9th, instead of because they are 12. So we'll see. We'll see where they end up going. Even though this was meant to be the game of the match week, it wasn't really that much, We always, when it comes to Tottenham, Manchester United, we all know the drama of the past, and would have loved for it to be that way. But these teams are not where they are, right? Where those teams of old were. So it didn't bring as much action as we expected. But either way, it was still a good watch. Yes, moving on. Brighton 3, Chelsea 0. I have to start by first and foremost apologizing to Chelsea fans. I'm sorry for building up your hope. I'm sorry for building up your I don't know what to say. The belief that you guys could contend for a Premier League title. I'm sorry for doing that. A few weeks back, I said, stop with all this bullish talk it's not bullish talk, or stop with all this, mind games from Enzo Maresca by saying we're not title contenders. I was like, you are title contenders. You are this. I was hyping them up. I was saying off some of all sorts of things. And lo and behold, was I in fact wrong? Lo and behold, was I in fact miserably wrong? Chelsea are not title contenders. So because of that, Chelsea fans apologize for building up the hype. I'm sorry for all the hype. I'm sorry for all the build up. You are not title contenders. You are never title contenders. Even title pretenders is a stretch for you guys. You are nowhere near being title anything. You all are terrible. No, I'm just tripping. Yeah, you're not terrible, but you are just over the past few weeks, you have shown that you do need a lot of work. You have shown that you do need a lot of a lot more maturity. Let's put it like that. Brighton beat you guys in the space of what? Twice in the space of 1 week, 2 weeks, because they did beat you all in the FA Cup last week. Mini break, they did beat you all there. So I'm sorry. This was just another game that showed that Chelsea need maturity. They need mature. They need some mature vets to come in and just stabilize the locker room. Like, don't get me wrong, they'll probably finish in Europe. I don't know where, Champions League, Europa League, whatever. I don't know where they'll finish, but they are nowhere near that first, second Arsenal, Liverpool level. No, nowhere near. For a minute, they had us thinking that, but credit to Brighton. Brighton were just amazing from minute one. Okay, actually, no, credit to Chelsea. For the first 12 minutes, they had Brighton on ropes. First 12 minutes, because on that, I think it was 12 minute, 30 minutes mark, Noni Madueke went down with a hamstring injury. And that's where the game kind of turned. That's where Brighton kind of found solid footing and took over the game. So not from minute 0, from minute 12, when Noni Madueke went down. And yeah, it was sad to see him go down, I think, because he was their liveliest player. He was the one player that looked like if anything was coming, it's from him. And he went down, and that was sad to see, and the game changed. But credit to Brighton. Oh, Mitoma's goal. We have to talk about that Mitoma's goal. Some might call it goal of the season. I doubt that. But that touch, feather-like touch. The way he got that ball under control and then took it away from Chalobah and then placed it. Work of art from Kaoru Mitoma. And that's kind of what it is. And then Minta just being there, right place at the right time, more or less, for him. So got all 3 points, 3 goals, 3 points for Brighton. After obviously receiving 7 last match week, they came and they told Chelsea, no, we are going to ball. And I said this. Oh my days. I said this last week, the last episode, that I pity whoever Brighton play next the following week after they had just received 7. And lo and behold, I did not know they were playing Chelsea. And lo and behold, they poured out their anger on Chelsea, both in the FA Cup and in the league. That's crazy. That's mental. Well, credit to Brighton. Chelsea, I don't know. Chelsea it's probably since December have just looked not the Chelsea we came to see. We came to being used to. So that's really sad to see, but it is what it is. Credit to Brighton. Moving on, Liverpool 2, Wolves 1. Liverpool play 5 games in 15 days. They play 5. This was one of their 5 games in 15, or rather, staring back to Everton. Obviously, they drew to Everton midweek in the last ever in the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. And that was one of their 5 games in 15 days. So this was game 2 of 5. And midweek, they didn't look convincing. Today, also, they didn't look convincing. But when you're going for a title, when you're pursuing a title, you need games like this. You need games that kind of show that you have the grit and determination and the willpower to go for it. And this was a gritty win because let's be frank, Wolves could have easily tied. No, I don't want to say easily because to be like they had to be like Liverpool didn't play defense, but in the second half, Liverpool had no shot on goal. Or rather, they didn't have any shot actually. They didn't have a shot on goal. They had no shot in the second half. Wolves had 16. It could have easily been a tight game if Wolves had taken their chances. But credit to Liverpool for grinding out the win, grinding out the 3 points. And Scott said it, in a title, not every game can be in a title chasing season. Not every win can be like the one against Spurs or the one against Spurs again because they did dismantle Spurs like 3 times already this season. Not every win can be like that. You just have to grind out wins, and this is what Liverpool did. Credit to Liverpool, credit to Diaz and Salah, 2 well-taken goals, one by Diaz, the other one by Salah penalty. But let's talk about Wolves' goal for a minute. That goal was spectacular. Matheus Cunha, he's a player in the making. Let's just talk about that for a minute. That was a goal and a half. That was a goal and a half. That goal, because he took it, body checked, and then placed it with his left foot. What a fantastic finish by Matheus Cunha. I'd have loved for Arsenal to get him, but sadly, Arsenal were not in the business of spending money in January. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, credit to Liverpool, gritty, sturdy, grinded out win. Credit to them. Now they have 3 more games in this 5-game stretch. Aston Villa, Manchester City, Newcastle. That's 9 points. 9 points. If they come out 9 of 9, I might just have to concede that come May, they will be the one hosting the title. If they come out 9 points out of 9, 3 wins out of 3 from these next 3 games, I might just have to concede that come May, they will hoist the title. And my 2025 bold take was wrong. I might just have to concede because you can't come out of that gauntlet with all 9 points. If Liverpool do, they might just be halfway through to lifting up the title come May 2025. Moving on. I'm not going to say too much on that. Moving on. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. Before this game, we all know what happened. We all saw the rumors. We all saw the reports. If you are following football, if you are following the Premier League, if you are following, football in general, we all saw the reports that Kai Havertz, Arsenal's so-called striker, got sustained a hamstring injury in their warm training session in Dubai. Last season, Arsenal went to Dubai and came back and they were scoring goals for fun. This season, Arsenal went to Dubai and they're coming back with injuries. Oh, hell no. And Arsenal were without no striker. Precisely, Arsenal just had 3 forward players. 2 bona fide forward players. Leandro Trossard and Raheem Sterling. I rephrase myself. Arsenal had 1 bona fide forward player, Leandro Trossard. Because Sterling, the reason why I rephrased myself was because Sterling, before this game, did not have confidence. And after this game, his confidence was probably even shattered much more. And then 3 bona fide forward line players, Waneri, Trossard, and Sterling. Obviously, Saka injured. He's out till March. Martinelli out till March. Kai Havertz out till the end of the season. Gabriel Jesus out till what? Maybe September? I don't know. And then this was a possibility. Now I'm going to go at the Arsenal board. This was a possibility. Since Edu left, the Arsenal board have just been sketchy. I think that's the right word, sketchy. They have just been sketchy. And this was a possibility. They knew this, but they did not go out to buy someone in January. Even if it was loan, even if it was a loan, just go out and get someone. No. But I will say this. January transfer window is kind of it's tight. No team is just willing to let players leave like that. No team is, and the caliber of player Arsenal wanted or needed, no team was going to let that type of player just leave, you know? So I do get that point. But then you should have tried, got to get someone. You have got to get someone. So I don't understand Gary Neville when he says he has no sympathy for Arsenal. I understand. But then at the same time, if you have Mikel Merino, who needs a striker? Who needs a striker if you have Mikel Merino? Um, be it was against a very sketchy Leicester side. Mikel Merino came off the bench and stepped up big time for Arsenal. And it looks like that's kind of what the solution will be for us now moving forward until next season when they, go out and spend that so-called money they are saving for that so-called striker. Mikel Merino might have to survive from now to the end of the season. If he goes down, well, it is what it is, but he doesn't look like a player that will go down easily. Or we hope that by the time he does go down, we'll have the likes of Saka and Martinelli that we can put back into the false line, and then we have someone like Trossard playing the false nine position. Even though we saw that it did not work. I want to touch on Sterling for a minute. Sterling just looks like he's done. Not that he's no. Let me phrase myself. Not that he's done, but like he looks like he's just giving up. Or no, that's also wrong too. He just looks like he needs something. He just looks shell shocked. He looks like all the energy and his love for football has gone. And I don't blame him. I don't blame Arsenal. I blame Chelsea. I blame Chelsea for this because Chelsea did this to him. And yes, him coming to Arsenal maybe was meant to be a revival, but it's not looking that way. And he just looked shell shocked throughout that whole game. I felt really sad watching him because I felt like there were times that he could have gone at the defender one-on-one and he just could not. He literally could not. And I felt really bad for him. Credit to Mikel Merino, though. Credit to Mikel Merino. Arsenal, yes. If Liverpool drop points in this 3-game stretch, Arsenal be ready to pounce. Be ready to pounce, Arsenal. Be ready to pounce. Moving on. Manchester City 4, Newcastle 0. Omar Marmoush, one of the 2 Egyptian players to score a hat-trick in the Premier League. Obviously, the first one being Mo Salah. Credit to Man City, obviously, midweek against Real Madrid, which we'll talk about in a minute. Giving up 2 goals to end up losing the game 3-0, 3-2 at home. It looks like the mood around the camp was deflating. It looked like all hope was lost. But come Omar Marmoush against Newcastle, a sturdy Newcastle, a Newcastle team that are no scrubs. Come Omar Marmoush bagging a hat-trick, a 14-minute hat-trick. Credit to him. Credit to him. Credit to Man City bouncing back in fashionable style against a sturdy Newcastle team. Again, but I will say this. Man City play Real Madrid again in the return leg at Bernabeu. I don't see them winning. I've said this and I've said this time. I don't see them beating Real Madrid. But they are still fighting for a Champions League spot in the league. We'll see how it goes. I think from now to the end of the season, it will be on and off for City. I think they will be shaky. I think things will be going from left to right, left to right, left to right. So watch and see how the City team go. But credit to them, credit to a beautiful game against Newcastle. 40-minute hat-trick, Omar Marmoush. Erling Haaland had everyone on ropes when he went down. Everyone were like, oh my days. When he went down, they're like, oh my days, did he test? MCL, did he test? ACL, did he do this? How long will they? Don't worry, City fans, don't worry. It's just a knock. It's just a knock. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's just a knock. Credit to City. Moving on, let's touch on some other results before I head out of here. Moving on, Aston Villa 1, Ipswich 1. Credit to Marcus Rashford, because it was his free kick that led to Watkins scoring the equalizer. Aston Villa haven't just looked the same. They are still better than Newcastle, though. They are way better than Newcastle when Newcastle qualified for the Champions League and came the next, and they were playing Champions League and Premier League football that season. They are looking way better than Newcastle. At least compared to Newcastle, they didn't flare out in the group stage. Compared to Newcastle, they are actually in the round of 16. But in the league, they just look not sketchy. That's not the word. They just look shaky. That's the word, shaky. Ipswich, I still have them not being relegated. So we'll see. We'll see. Moving on, Fulham 2, Forest 1. After putting 7 past Brighton last week, Fulham, they then come to Craven Cottage to play Fulham, and they lose 2-1. Nottingham Forest. They're still the dark horses of the season. They still have a storybook season. Let's leave it as what it is. They're still having a phenomenal season. This is just one of them games that, yeah, it's just one of them games. We'll call it what it is. Credit to Fulham. Good goals by Smith Rowe and Calvin Bassey. Shout out to my Nigerian boy, Calvin Bassey. Credit to him. Credit to Smith Rowe bagging in the goals. I heard this was his first. I can't remember. This was his first goal at home since September. So credit to him. Credit to him. Moving on, West Ham 0, Brentford 1. Oh, Graham Potter. Oh, I think was it 1 win in 5, 1 win in 4 for West Ham. I can't remember. It's not looking good. West Ham is not looking good for West Ham. Hopefully, I trust that Graham Potter will turn it around. Obviously, I don't think whatever the results this season, I don't think he'll be gone. I think by come next season, where he has a full season and maybe a transfer window of his own, and he has time to work with the team, we'll get more from him. So I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I'm like, you should get your act in order, you know. Credit to Brentford. Good. Brentford really took the game to them, and they could have gotten a few more goals, if not for, you know, offside and things like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Moving on. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. David Moyes. I'm not going to say what they call him because I think that's blasphemous. I'm not going to say what they call him. But it looks like David Moyes have brought a revival to Everton. First, it was the draw, late draw at the Merseyside derby. Now it's 2-1 win against Crystal Palace. Shout out to Beto. He's the definition of a striker in form right now. He's just scoring, placing goals, bottom left, bottom right, placing goals for fun. Shout out to David Moyes. He's transformed this Everton team. They look like they're not going anywhere. And obviously, as I rightly so, I had them not going anywhere. So shout out to Everton. It's amazing to see a club with so rich of a history just play good football. We love it. We absolutely love it. Moving on, Southampton 1, Bournemouth 3. I'm not going to say too much on this. This was another one of those games that Bournemouth was always going to come out winning. I don't think Southampton planned on shocking anyone. Credit to Bournemouth, their storybook season continues. Most points after 25 games for Bournemouth in their history. That's crazy. That's mental. Shout out to Ando Iriola for what he's doing at that ball club. Shout out to the players. They are just having fun. At that ball club. So shout out to Bournemouth. Before we head out of here, because this has been amazing. It has been amazing to catch to catch up with you. Before we head out of here, we'll have to talk about the Champions League playoffs so far. It's been fun. It's been fun. I talked about it earlier, but Real Madrid are leading Manchester City 3-2, going back to the Bernabeu this Wednesday. I still have Real Madrid winning. I don't see Man City coming. Both teams cannot defend. Both teams do not know how to defend. Obviously, Real Madrid, I think, more injury-wise than actually the players defending. But I still think we also what this is Real Madrid. This is their heritage. Don't be surprised when come June 2025, Real Madrid will be the one lifting the trophy. Don't be surprised, because this is their heritage. They literally do this for fun. Like, this is their this is their Bundesliga when we think of Bayern. This is their League One title when we think of PSG. They do it like to them. This is this cakewalk for them, So don't be surprised if come 2025 they are the ones lifting the trophy. But yeah, I do have them beating Rome City. Dortmund obviously getting business done in the first leg, beating Sporting. I don't see Sporting coming back. PSG the same. I don't see PSG coming back against Brest. Juventus PSV, maybe, just maybe, is a 2-1 win. But Juventus have been on fire lately. Beating Milan. That was big. So I do see them holding on to beat PSV. Bayern, I think, holding on to beat Celtic. I don't see Celtic beating Bayern at home. Atlanta, I think Atlanta will come back against Club Brugge. I won't be shocked if Club Brugge wins, but I won't also be shocked if they lose. I think Atlanta will come back and beat them. I think Milan will also come back and beat Feyenoord. I think that's what happened, because they are currently losing to Feyenoord 1-0 on aggregate. I think they will come back to beat Feyenoord. Yes, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yes. But that brings us to the end of another amazing episode, Matchweek 25 recap and analysis. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. We'll be back. Obviously, there's still one more game of the Matchweek. This is a double game week for both Villa and Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool and Villa played this Wednesday. Can't wait to watch that. If Liverpool come out 9 points out of 9 in this 3-game stretch, that'll be fun to see. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Matchweek 25 saw strikerless Arsenal come out with all 3 points against Leicester. Thanks to Mikel Merino, the makeshift number 9. And Tottenham coming out victorious in the battle of who is closer to relegation against Manchester United, thanks to a goal by James Maddison. And Liverpool grind out a gritty win against Wolves, and Omar Marmoush bagging a hat-trick against a sturdy Newcastle team. We'll be back after Matchweek 26, in which we'll see Manchester City take on Liverpool at the Etihad. That'll be a good one. Come on, City. Come on, City. Not to be being biased. Thank you all so much. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down there. We thank you all. We thank you, and we love you all so much. If you are already subscribed, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Thank you all so much. Don't forget that this is not the only place you can find us. Listen to Mind of Football Fans podcast wherever you get a podcast platform. On all podcast platforms, wherever you get a podcast, check out Mind of Football Fans. And don't forget to check out our socials, Instagram and TikTok. Check us out, because content will be dropping there. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have an amazing week ahead. I'm David. Stay safe, stay warm. I'm out. Peace.
We are Rogue Media Sports.